Okay, welcome back, everybody. Sorry, I don't have a camera going, so you just got to go without the whole camera view. SolidWorks, week 8. You have a couple things to do here on the calendar. Excuse me. You've got to figure out what you want to propose for your final project. If you have questions about that, email me and I can answer questions. Like if you're wondering if this is hard enough, if this is too hard, or if you just completely don't have any idea, email me and I can give you some ideas. But just literally look around your kitchen or your garage or even your like living room, and you'll find assemblies all over the place. What you want to look for is one that's kind of you're interested in and that you think you can model. So nothing too crazy. If you think it's too simple, you can always add to the idea in your proposal. So yeah, think about that. And that's due, I think, on the 25th, Saturday. And then you have an assembly due. So I want to talk about the assembly and do a little work with you on that. We are back to assemblies, and you're going to work on this one, which is a pulley assembly. So it has a bracket down here. It's got two pulleys, one here and one here. It has a shaft that goes through, and then it has a bushing that the pulleys ride on. So the bushing goes in between, the shaft goes all the way through. Doesn't appear to be anything that truly holds the shaft in place, that's fine for this project. There's some tricky stuff with the bracket, and pulleys are tricky. Like here's the two pulleys, and they show you this view just as a cutaway, so you can get the inside diameter of the pulley itself. So that's why they're showing the pulley and then a cut view of the pulley, so you can kind of see the geometry a little bit better. So I have it up as the PDF so I can zoom in, and really get a look at this stuff. It is a metric system, so when you create the bracket, you're going to want to be in the metric system to do all the work. In millimeters, there's a drive pulley and a follower pulley. So there is a relief on the end of the shaft. That's this number here. It is 2 by 3 by 3. So the relief is essentially 3 by 3. The 2 is both ends have this chamfer on it. So you're gonna have to cut off the shaft basically and put this angled cut on it. That'll be good practice for you. But I want to talk about pulleys and how to model those. They're a little bit tricky. You kind of have to build them. So I want to build one of the pulleys with you in SolidWorks, and that should be enough. I think you'll be able to muscle through the bracket. So I'm hoping so. Ours are called out as radiuses, and 2 times means 2 locations. The M8, that refers to a diameter, M8. So the 8 is a diameter. They could be doing a thread call out like 8 threads by 125. So, it's okay if you just model this as a whole with a diameter 8. And it's a 125 deep. So it's just a set screw that holds that shaft in place is what I believe that to be. There's a general call out here. All rounds are radius 3. So if you see a corner that's rounded, that's a 3 radius. I think everything else you'll be able to work your way through. This is a diameter hole. They're probably calling out some finish work here, so don't worry about that. Just a 25 hole going through here and here. That's why there's 2 locations to that. All right. Good enough for all that stuff, I think. But let's talk about pulleys and how to draw them, because I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to start a new part. Yep. And then right away when I come in, wait for it to load, I guess. I am going to change my units right away to millimeter, gram, and second. All right. So now we're in millimeters. It's thinking millimeters. When I type in 1, that will be 1 millimeter. So the way to draw round objects like this that are just symmetrical all the way around is to draw a profile and to sweep it around in a circle, basically. Okay, so I'm going to start with a sketch. I think in features you can probably see revolved cut is right there. There's a few different ways to do it, but after we get the sketch, we'll talk about how to do this. Revolve boss base would be the one to use. All right, so let's do a sketch. And let's see, I'm going to put it on the right plane. And the sketch is going to be, you know, what that cross section looks like right there. So it's 50 wide, and it's an overall of 150. So if I just draw a rectangle 50 wide and 150 or half of 150, which is 75 tall, that'll be like enclosing this upper profile that then I want to sweep around in a circle. So there's a couple tricks to it. What was that, 50 by 75? And I'm going to use lines, not this, right? I'm actually going to use the line that draws it from the midpoint, because I want to kind of keep things centered up, right? So it's supposed to be 50 wide. And then I'm going to go up, you know, pretty tall, over and down. So I'm just starting with the basic shape that I'm going to end up spinning around in a circle, right? So that's the upper part to the pulley. So as I look at the dimensions, I'm going to like start to work on, oh, it looks like it comes in to 40. Well, that is a weird dimension right there. It's over 4. So it's 10 on each side. So in between, it would be 30. So that's a very strange dimension. Yeah, very strange. I'm not sure I agree with how they did that. So anyway, they're trying to help us with these dimensions, but you're the one that has to decipher these things out also. It looks like it's 70 from here. So from halfway, there's a line up at 35. So I'm going to do that one. So I'm going to come up here somewhere and draw a line. And then I'm going to put a center line in down here at the bottom just to kind of keep track of where I started, right? And then I'm going to trim these off here and put that smart dimension in from here to here to get the kind of the bottom of my spin area, 35, right? Now, if I could get this taper figured out, I know I'm going to come in 10. So I'm just going to put some marker lines down. I don't want to do the whole chain, so I'm going to get rid of the chain. And I'm going to reverse it to send it inside. So this one and this one, sending it in like that. So that's where this taper comes from here, right? Because it was 10 in. Let's just look at that again. Yeah, it was 10 in from each side. So I have this mark and this mark here now, and I have this line down here, and it says it's 30 in, excuse me, 20 into the shoulder. So I'm going to do that one too. So down here, it's 20 in, so it's in here somewhere, right? I could just draw a line from here, which I know it's there, to like there, right? And then I could smart dimension that line from here to here. Now, this may not be as, you know, as clean as the way you might do it, but this is just one way to do it. I don't need this anymore, right? And I can smart dimension from here to here to kind of lock that in at 10. So yeah, that's kind of what you want. I could mirror this over, but I think I'll just draw another line. Doesn't seem to be a lot of work to do. And then I'll smart dimension it from here to here at 20. This is already 10, you know, that little piece there. I'm going to start trimming a little bit just to kind of get a shape going that makes more sense to me. Yeah, getting there. Delete. So this is the pulley, right? This is a general shape that I can use to create this pulley. I think this one needs to go away too, like that. All right, so let's go back and look at what we got here at this. Yeah, so I think we have this general shape that's gonna flip around. When I flip it around the center, it'll make this mass in here. At least that's my plan. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. So what we need though is we need this to be clean and closed out. It doesn't see a shape yet, right? And it's because these lines don't extend all the way down to here. So I'm going to try and just pull that down. Oh, that didn't work. So I'm going to undo that. So now, because there's some relationships in here, right? I'm going to literally just draw these lines down. I could probably extend them, but I'm not going to risk it. And it should see the shape, and it does. Okay. So it says it's 20 in. I think it's a little optical because 30 to the center, 20 in. Okay, so that's all good. Yeah, I'm worried about their dimensions. Overall is 50, it says. But then it says 40 from there to there. For some reason, I think that 40 is supposed to be there, and then it would be 60 overall. But I'm going to leave it the way it is, because that's the way these dimensions are. And it looks like it's 30 to, I don't know what that line, what the 30 is to. It's not to center. Oh, it must be to the other edge. So yeah, maybe we're good. It looks bigger, but that's all right. I think we're good. All right, so now you have your two-dimensional shape, right? And we can revolve it. So it sees everything it needs as long as you had that center line in, because it's using that center line as the axis of rotation. And then it's using the sketch to be the thing that gets rotated. Okay, so yeah, mine looks a lot narrower and skinnier than this image of it. So I believe I'm 150. Oh, no, I'm not. Am I 150? Let's see here. No, I have some mistakes, don't I? I think so. First of all, I didn't get a hole, so that's a problem. Let's go back and take a look at the sketch. I didn't get a hole because I sent this all the way down, and I believe 35 is what? It is from the center up to the top shoulder. So this hole is 30. So there should be just 5 there. So let's fix that. I should be able to do an offset of, oh, and this is not 150, right? Yeah, so we have a few problems. I'm going to do an offset of 5. And then I think this has got to be like extended. So we're going to extend that over and that over, and then we're going to trim. So this will generate the hole. Yeah. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Undo that. Yeah. All right, so that's good. Use undo. $75. Yeah, now we have some work to do. So that's making much more sense though. It's starting to look better, right? I'm gonna just get rid of a few things. Pull this in, draw a line from here down to here, and then we should be able to smart dimension it from the outside to here. Yeah, so anyway, I think I had that. I think I maybe got you sufficiently confused there. So sorry about that. Too many things going on in my head is what I'm thinking. So let's see if we should be able to just delete this and then put a new dimension in, because I think that dimension is important. The 75, so that's good. And then I think we are, let's just check, from here to here is going to create, yeah, that's supposed to be 15. There we go. Because that's going to, then when it revolves around in a circle, it's going to make 30, right? So that I think is the correct dimension. So I'm just going to get rid of some possible, confusion here that it might see. All right. Now let's exit the sketch. It'll do the revolve since I'm still in revolve. And it's going to make a more, yeah, this looks a lot more like this. Okay. So I think we worked our way through it, and I believe their numbers are good. It's just the interpretation of those numbers. So yeah, be careful with that. But yeah, that's the easy way to make a pulley, is to create this shape. And the important part is that you keep the shape away from your axis of revolution so you get the hole that you want. Not that you couldn't put the hole in afterwards, you could. This is just a really slick way of making pulleys. I wanted to show it to you. Everything else, I think, is pretty straightforward. You'll be fine on the bushings, obviously. This will take some work. This right here will take some work. So good luck. If you have questions about the dimensions, you can email those to me. And I can try and clear them up. So, all right, good luck with it.